Vape shops, mini-marts, they're appearing everywhere. But what are their secrets? We're exposing a hidden high street workforce. Illegal working.
You do not have the right to work in the UK, okay? You're going to be placed under arrest.
Squalid living. People who may have little to no choice in where they are or the job they're doing.
Or another potential 2 people who are being exploited.
We're in Ipswich with Suffolk Police. It's a major operation. They're on the lookout for foreign workers who may have been forced or trafficked to work in the town's many mini-marts or vape shops.
Speak English?
Totally.
Immigration officers run instant checks. A baker is arrested for working illegally while claiming asylum.
I've done my checks on my system and it shows that you do not have the right to work in the UK, okay? And I suspect that people have seen you working in the UK, so hence why you're going to be placed under arrest.
The business now faces a fine of up to £45,000 and further questions about where and how they came to employ this man.
We've got 15 or so locations that we're looking to visit today.
At the forefront of the operation is John French, the force's tactical advisor on modern slavery.
It's about engaging with those workers, it's about checking their safety. These are people, for a whole host of reasons, are forced into this situation.
Forced to work?
They're forced to work. We're seeing people being trafficked and smuggled from a whole range of countries. It's Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq.
Just to work in a vape shop?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Across town, we enter a second mini supermarket.
Hello.
Tidy shelves, fresh bread.
So we'll get out of your way as quickly as we can.
But upstairs, just coming up these stairs, the smell hits you. The hidden world of the modern British high street, in room after filthy room. There is a pigeon in this room.
There is a pigeon in this room as well, which is not great.
So we've come across 2 more mattresses, but every single room in this place has mattresses everywhere, and they're all filthy. There's stained, there's mould, there's damp. You just wonder why on earth anyone would voluntarily live in a place like this.
And again, mattress on the floor.
Yeah, there's so many people living here.
You can see why we're concerned.
Yeah.
How long have you been here? Ipswich, yeah. How long?
Another baker.
3 days.
This man works in the shop downstairs.
Every room is like this.
Oh, really?
There's some of them, not bad. It very much looks like it. Yeah.
Hello.
And side by side, 2 Indian men.
You're students?
Who say they're at university more than 80 miles away.
So, we've got 2 people sleeping in there.
With only limited rights to work, why are they sleeping above a shop in Ipswich?
We've got lots of people here from different locations in the UK, different ethnicities as well. No obvious connections with Ipswich. There's no real connection between any of them. So they're here for a reason. And the reason probably is exploitation within the grey economy. Could we possibly be looking at a network of exploitation with people living here and working in lots of different businesses?
Up the road, beyond the rows of glossy vapes, more questions about who's working and sleeping here.
So he said he came here Sunday from London, has been staying here since then because he doesn't have anywhere else to live.
Okay.
He gave an address in Colchester, but he said he doesn't live there.
Okay.
So he's been sleeping here since Sunday on his own.
We keep meeting workers who say that yesterday they lived in a different city, and then today they're living here, and then tomorrow they might be living somewhere else.
And again, that's kind of an indicator for us that something is going on.
We showed our footage to the UK's anti-slavery commissioner.
There's clearly horrible living conditions, upsetting to watch, and sadly the impact of that is the human cost that we saw for those victims. But also as a member of the public, I don't want to pop into my local supermarket or the local greengrocer, think I'm supporting a legitimate business, and actually you can be fueling exploitation. I don't think that's fair on anyone.
Abuse of the visa system is a major concern.
From what I hear from survivors, they tell me they applied for legitimate visas to come work in adult social care, to be students. Then they got here, and actually what they applied for and what they thought they were coming for ended up being a completely different thing that they ended up doing. Perpetrators threaten them with violence. They say that if they don't do what they want them to, there will also be violence against their family and friends. And they know if they come forward that they may be deported and have that visa removed. So it's a climate of fear that's being created, and we see that across the grey economy in those shops.
Back above the mini supermarket.
So, is there any fire alarms or...?
Not what we can see, no.
Okay.
No, nothing in here.
The sleeping quarters are so unsafe, the fire service shuts them down. The workers will have to be rehoused by the council. And there's another arrest.
The butcher downstairs hasn't got a right to work in the UK. Seemingly, he's just been arrested by immigration.
The butcher, from Turkey, is working illegally. He's bailed and released onto the street. He will not be deported right away. John hopes any victims will now trust him enough to come forward.
If you do get any problems or you're worried about anything, call us, call the police, yeah? Okay. We're here to help you. Yeah? Okay.
I think we've seen teams such as the one in Ipswich that you went to visit doing good work. I don't think, though, we have scratched the surface in terms of actually seeing the true scale of the exploitation that's happening right across the UK, in our high streets, in our communities, and behind closed doors. So I don't think we are doing enough to help the victims at the moment.
Or holding the perpetrators accountable.
The work that we've done in this country to hold the perpetrators to account is abysmal.
In Ipswich, they're at least trying. But the criminals who profit from human misery on the high street are often a step ahead.